everyone, how are you? I hope you are fine and everything is very good. Let's start our lesson today with this video. It is Angry Birds Blues. You have to watch it carefully in order to answer the questions correctly. Are you ready? Let's start. Look at this question, the blues, we have blank on the grass. We have walks or walks with ES. What do you think? We have plural subject here, the blues, more than one. So what is the correct form of the verb? Very good, walk. Great. The baby, we have blank to whistle. Try, tries, or this is tries. Look at here, try ends with Y. So what do we do when we want to add S at the end of this verb? Do we add S or we delete the Y and add IES? What do you think? And here we have singular subject, the baby. Very good, tries. We have to delete the Y. Very good. And here, Jim, how to whistle? Show, shows, or doesn't show? What do you think? Singular, show or shows? Very good, shows. The blues, Zoe, a whistle. Give, gives, or don't give. We have plural subject here. Do we add S to the verb? No. So the correct form is give. Yes, great. Now here we have a question. We start this question with WH word, which is what? Then what do we have to put? Auxiliary verb. Very good. So which one is the correct answer? Do, this does, or this does? What do you think? Very good. We have Zoe. So we have singular. We add does because do, we use it with the plural subject. Very good. So the correct answer is does. Very good. Zoe whistles, whistle, or doesn't whistle? What do you think? Zoe, 1. Yes, great, whistles, very good. So, my dear students, these questions or these examples will lead us to simple present. So, we are talking about simple present. Now, to talk about something that is true, which is fact, or to talk about something that happens regularly, habit and routine. So to talk about fact, habit, and routine, you have to use simple present. So why do we use simple present? We use simple present in order to talk about facts, habits, and routines. Okay? Now let's see how do we form this tense. Look at this example. I work in London. So we use the base form of the verb or verb 1. I work in London. But with the third person singular or with the singular subjects, we use verb 1 plus S. We add S to the verb or ES to the verb, to the base verb. She works in London. He works in London. Okay? So, with the plural subject, we use the base verb, the base form of the verb. We don't add anything to the verb. But with the singular subjects, we use base verb plus S or ES. These examples are in the affirmative sentences or in the positive sentences. Now let's see these examples. We don't play football. She doesn't play piano. They don't like watching movies. He doesn't drink milk. As you can see here, we have don't and doesn't. Don't and doesn't. We use don't and doesn't with the negative sentences. With the negative sentences. Don't with the plural, of course. Doesn't with the singular, of course. Okay? Doesn't and don't. After doesn't and don't, we put base verb. Okay? Again, we use don't and doesn't with base verb in negative sentences in the simple present. Now, look at here. Where do you live? Does Jack play football? Where does he come from? Do Rita and Angela live in Jordan? What do you think? What are these? Yes, very good. These are questions. So we use do and does to make a question. We use do and does to make a questions. Do with plural and does with singular. So doesn't and does, we use them with singular subjects. But do and don't, we use them with the plural subjects. Now, we put do and does. Look at this example. Does Jack play football? Here, we put the auxiliary does at the beginning of the questions. Okay? Does, we put it at the beginning of the questions. Which questions? Yes, no questions. Yes, no questions. Does Jack play football? Yes, he does, or no, he doesn't. Yes, he does, or no, he doesn't. Okay? So do and does, we put them at the beginning of the question in order to form yes, no questions. But here, look at here, we have where do you live? Where do you live? We start the question here with WH, okay? So in order to put WH question in the question, we have to put it at the beginning of the question, then the auxiliary do or does. WH, then the auxiliary do or does, then we complete the question. Okay? Okay. So again, we put do and does, then the subject, then the base verb, then the object, then question mark. So do and does at the beginning of the question, and if we want to put WH word, we put it at the beginning or before do and does. Good? Good. So, in simple present, we talk about facts, habit, and routine. So we often use adverbs of frequency. Adverbs of frequency, like sometimes, always, never, usually, etc. Look at these examples. I sometimes go to the cinema. She never eats meat. So we put these adverbs with simple present. They are adverbs of frequency. So what is the meaning of adverb of frequency? Describes how often an action happens. Describes how often an action happens. We have always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, never. So these are adverbs of frequency that show how often an action happens, and we use them with present simple. Now let's see how can we use adverbs of frequency in sentences with Shrek. Watch the video carefully in order to answer the questions. Let's start. Put the words in order. Look at here, we have AM, gets up, at, always, 7, and Shrek. As you know, we start the sentence with the subject. Of course, great. Shrek, what do you think? Always, yes. Gets up at 7 a.m. Very good. Great job. So look at here, we put the adverb of frequency after the subject. Let's see the next one.
He once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Start coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense, not a little more fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with thinking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow.
Okay. After that, Shrek, we have to select the right answer. Seldom brushes his teeth, brushes always his teeth, always brushes his teeth, or brushes seldom his teeth. What do you think? Which one is the correct answer? Yes, great, always, very good.
Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid.
Here we have to put the words in order. We have the, in, he, takes, sometimes, bath, morning, and a. We start the sentences with the subject, very good. He, then, he takes, Yes, we have sometimes. So, he sometimes takes bath or a bath. Yes, great. A bath in the morning. Are you sure? Great. The next one.
Only shooting stars break the mold. It's a cool place, and they say it gets colder. Hold up now, wait till you get older. But the media men beg to differ, judging by the hole in the satellite picture. The ice we skate is getting pretty thin. How about yours? That's the way I like it, and I'll never get bored. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid.
Tap the extra word, okay? He usually has lunch, dinner at 7 p.m. He usually has lunch, dinner at 7 p.m. Where is the extra word here? Dinner? Look at here, it is dark. Yes, lunch. So this is the extra word. Very good, very good. Look at this example. I read a book every day. I read a book every day. So she reads a book every day. This is a habit or routine. She reads a book every day. I always read a book. She always reads a book. So this is the adverb of frequency, always. I usually play the saxophone. I usually play the saxophone. I often ride my bike. I often ride my bike. I sometimes play basketball. I sometimes play basketball. I never drink cola. I never drink cola. These are adverbs of frequency. Look at them carefully. They are in order. Always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, and never. Always gives us 100%. 100%. But usually gives us 90%. But often gives us 70%. Sometimes 50%, rarely 5%, but never 0%. So always, usually, often, sometimes, and rarely, and also we have never. They are adverbs of frequency. We use them with simple present. Now pay attention, please. Let's listen and watch this video carefully and answer the questions together. Are you ready? Let's start.
No.
But we've never been, and it's the funnest place on earth.
Don't care.
Please! We'll never ask for anything else ever again. Please.
The girls, we have a blank here, their dad to bring them to the super silly fun land. Again, the girls, we have a blank, their dad to bring them to the super silly fun land. So, what is the correct answer? Are begging, this one, or is begging, or this is begging? Here we double the G because we have vowel before it. What do you think? What do we do when we add ing to the word that ends with vowel and consonant? Vowel, consonant. What do you think? Yes, we double the consonant. Very good. We double the consonant. Okay, here we have the girls. So, do we use are or is? What do you think? Yes, great, are. So, the correct answer is the first one. Great job.
Please, please. Oh, come on.
Light bulb. Have fun. Sorry, dude. They can't ride without an adult. What?
They, the roller coaster, is riding, this riding, or are riding. What do you think? Ride ends with E. So when we add ing, we have to delete the E. So which one is the correct riding? This one or this one? Yes, great, riding, this one. So we use with they, is or are? Yes, are riding. So which one is the correct answer? Yes, the third one. Are riding. Very good. The next one.
Unicorn! He's so fluffy, I'm gonna die! You gotta let us play for it.
No.
Come on!
How much for the fluffy unicorn?
Dad, how much for the fluffy unicorn? Is asking this one, or are asking this one. Ask, A-S-K. We add ing. So which one is the correct form? This one or this one? Yes, of course, this one, asking. And we have dad, is or are? Is or are? Yes, is. So dad is asking. Very good. Great job, my dear students. Okay, so here we are talking about what? Can you guess? Can you guess what are we talking about here? Yes, great. We are talking about activities at the moment of speaking. Like, I'm leaving work. I'll be home in an hour. And we are talking about future plans or arrangements. Mary is going to a new school next year. So when we are talking about activities at the moment of speaking, right now, or when we are talking about future plans, we use present continuous. Present continuous. So what is the form of present continuous? Let's see together. So the form of the present continuous is made from verb to be plus verb ing. Verb to be plus verb ing. We have am, we have is, we have are. We have am, is, and are. I am studying, they are studying, and here we have she is studying. So I with am, plural subjects with are, singular subjects with is. So I with am, plural subjects with are, singular subjects with is. So this form we use it in the affirmative sentences or positive sentences. Good? Good. Now let's see, how do we make the negative sentences? We have not. Not gives us the negative sentences. We put not after am, is, and are. Again, we put am, is, are, then we put not. So am not, is not, are not. And the short form aren't, isn't, okay? Aren't and isn't. So again, to make negative sentences, we put not after am, is, are. Am not, is not, are not. And this is how we form the negative sentences. Now let's go to the questions. We make questions by putting these auxiliaries at the beginning of the question. At the beginning of the question. If we want, of course, to make yes/no question. Are you listening? Yes, I am. Are they coming to your party? Are they coming to your party? Yes, they are. No, they aren't. Is she going home? Yes, she is. No, she isn't. So we put are, is at the beginning of the questions. So this is how we form the questions. And if you want to put WH word, of course, where do we put it? Yes, very good. At the beginning of the question before are, is, or am. Good? Good. You are excellent. Very good. So again, guys, we have is, are, am, plus subject, plus verb ing, plus object, and at the end of the question, of course, what do we put? Very good, we put question mark. Good. Now, we are talking about WH here, okay? Here, we are talking about WH question words. WH question words. We use these words in order to form questions. full answer, to give full answer, okay? We have many WH words. We have 7 question words: who, why, which, where, what, when, and how, okay? Who, to ask about person. Where, to ask about place or position. When, asking about time, moment, occasion, etc. Why, asking for reason. What, asking for specific thing or object. How, to ask about way, how does it work? How do you go to the school, etc. And which, if we have choices or options, asking about choice. Which is better exercise, swimming or tennis? Look at here, we have choices, so we use which. And as we said, we put these WH question words at the beginning of the question. We start the question by using these words, okay? So, WH word, then the helping verb, then the subject, then the verb, then the object. Good? Good. So guys, as you can see in this lesson, we are talking about simple present. How do we form simple present? And we use adverbs of frequency with simple present. And we are talking about present continuous to talk about actions that happen at the moment of the speaking or future plans. And we are talking about WH question words. In order to practice, let's open our students' book, pages 10 and 11. So please open your students' book, pages 10 and 11.